You remember the planning board for Clarkstown and New City?
For the whole town.
Okay. Will you give me the cost justification for the hundreds of thousands and probably millions of dollars that have been wasted on Main Street?
That has not come to the planning board. That is the supervisor. There's a downtown New City commission that is separate and distinct from the planning board. So I have no involvement.
Then what do you plan? What does the planning board actually do?
I plan the Nanuet Mall when that comes in. I'm not a planner. I look at plans and approve it. So when businesses come in and want to do an addition, changes, or development, multi-family developments come in, I'm one of 7 members that review that and approve it, make sure that it meets the codes, along with the town's consultant and experts.
Any other questions?
Question?
Yes.
Hi, Joseph. Can you please tell us, with your skill sets, if elected, name one problem that your skill sets would apply to a solution?
I could tell you the biggest problem right now is I think the county government is dysfunctional at best. I've attended meetings and I was amazed. In private industry, I hear the legislature say, for 5 straight years you've overstated the revenues. Yet when the exec hands that budget over, that becomes the property of the legislature. So that's passing the buck. I sat in the meeting and I watched Scott Vanderhoff's representative arguing with the legislatures. I'm not saying that this is both sides. This is not a Democrat-Republican issue. This is dysfunction. In my company, every company has politics, okay? Government probably has more than anybody. But when there's a crisis, I work for Verizon, if a central office burns down, nobody has stripes on their arm. Everybody digs in. Politics are thrown aside to get the job done. For the life of me, I cannot understand how the first year we went into negative deficit on the budget, how all sides were not brought together to address that with a multi-year view of this. It's unconscionable in my estimation. I would bring in tomorrow, all right? And I don't want to hear about the budget cycle, we're here. No, this is a crisis. A crisis calls for the administration, the legislative branch, and I want the unions to sit at the table too, because they are going to have to make some cuts and sacrifices too, and they need a say in this. So that's what I strongly recommend, is get everybody in a room. I've done that in private sector. I can help do that here.
Thank you.
Yes.
You mentioned unions. I don't have a computer, but a friend of mine goes on the computer and I don't know what to call it, foils.
Right.
The various candidates and their war chests.
Right.
Some of the legislators have taken money from the CSEA, corrections officers, PBA of Rockland, PBA from Clarkstown, PBA. How, when they come before you as a legislator and you've taken money from these people, can you vote against anything that they want?
Because it's the right thing to do.
I think you're strong enough to do that? And can you say no to the unions as far as not taking their money?
I have the CSEA endorsement. Okay? I will do what's right, what I believe is right, and that's why I believe in term limits. I'm not going to change who I am for this job. If it costs me my job 4 years from now, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I can't change who I am, and I will do what I believe is right, and I'm beholden to nobody. All right?
That's good.
Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Harriet Cornell the other night said that 100% of our tax dollars, property tax dollars, on the county level, goes towards Medicaid.
110%.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's what Vanderhoff
She said the other-
110%.
Now, my question is, with that much money going to one direction, do you feel that it merits some investigation, maybe looking into some fraud or some abuse of the system? And I'm not talking about throwing Granny over the cliff or depriving poor people. I'm talking about the people that are administering the Medicaid and benefiting from it.
I would think that we'd want to investigate everything. I wouldn't just do it as a reactionary move. I would want to know. I'd expect the DA to tell us that there's some fraudulent activity. Look, I read the blogs too. I hear what people are saying. I'm not against any kind of investigation. There's good people that need those services, but if there's people that are getting it that don't, I'm all for taking it away. But I also, the bigger question here is unfunded state mandates that are forced down municipalities' throats. I really think that's where we have to work hand in hand with Senator Carlucci and the Assembly we have to have the state and the county in sync, and we're clearly not. And those mandates that are passed along to us are really hamstringing the county in making changes.
Thank you very much.